Oh, hi there. Ciao. Sorry, I was reading a cioè. We Italians like this word cioè so much that we also have a magazine that is named, that is called with this word. Now, not my choice of reading because it's teenage, 12, 15-ish year old type of literature, so not something that I personally enjoy right now, but I did read some when I was younger. So back to the word cioè, which is the word that I would like to teach you today, because it's a word that we Italians tend to use a lot. We throw it in there in conversations, and it can be compared a little bit with the English word like. Consider that often, especially I think teenagers, will say like. Well, cioè is the equivalent in Italian. So that's probably why they decided to give the magazine the name cioè, because it's one of those words that teenagers tend to use as filler words. With this video, I'm going to teach you a little bit more about this word and you're going to start using it. As always, you can download all of this information in PDF or you can look it up in my blog page at italianlanguagehub.com. So you can use cioè also just as a single word. So you can pop a little question mark right after it and you can create a question with one single word. Cioè, work with intonation. Cioè, and make sure to say the little accent at the end. Cioè. Let's look at this dialogue together so that you can understand how you can use it just simply as a question. Sono tornata a casa molto tardi ieri sera. The other person could ask, cioè? And you could reply, cioè alle 11:30, mezzanotte. In this case, cioè translates to like what? Give me some more information. Give me an example, okay? So you can use it in that context. If you do not use it as a question by itself, you can also use it inside of sentences. Let's look at some sentences and let's find out together how to use it. Sono arrivata a Milano 3 giorni fa, cioè mercoledì. So in this case, you're using cioè inside of a sentence and it's used to introduce a statement that sort of gives more proof, more information, that sort of clarifies what you're saying. In this specific sentence, you're saying, I arrived 3 days ago. I mean on Wednesday. So it's just to give further information. Let's look at another sentence. Sono stanca morta, cioè sono distrutta. Yeah, you can put a little attitude in there as well if you want to. And in this case, you're saying, oh, I'm really tired. I mean, I'm dead tired. I'm devastated. I'm so tired, okay? So you're giving further information by adding this little linking word. L'esame era difficilissimo, cioè 10 pagine di grammatica. Once again, you're using cioè to introduce a statement that sort of proves what you are saying. So you're saying, wow, the exam was super hard. I mean, it was a 10-page grammar exam, okay? You see, you're adding an extra stress, you're adding extra information, you're giving proof of the first statement. Another little example. Ci vediamo domani. Cioè, dopodomani, scusa. In this case, I used it to say, oh, sorry, I was wrong. So you're once again giving more information, in this case, a contradictory information. Try to write a sentence with cioè. So try to find a very simple sentence, don't make it too confusing, with a first statement and then an extra little statement that gives further information. Try this out, write a sentence in the comments, and I will be more than happy to help you structure it correctly. It can be tricky at first, but do not stress out. I'm here to help. Now, cioè very often is confused with ciò. Have you ever heard of the word ciò? The first thing to master the difference is understanding pronunciation. So repeat with me. Cioè, 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 with an accent on the e, cioè, and ciò, ciò, ciò. It's a different vowel and you have an accent, but it's on an o. Ciò, ciò, ciò. So that's the first thing that you have to understand. Ciò has more of a specific function because ciò is a pronoun. Since it's a pronoun, it's going to have a specific function. You know that pronouns are used to substitute other things that have already been mentioned in the conversation. So basically, it's another way to not repeat yourself as you speak. A translation from Italian to Italian with ciò would be ciò equals quello che, which I would translate to the English what. Be careful though. It's not so straightforward, okay? Keep this translation, but don't exclude all of the other things that you already know about what when it's translated in Italian. I would say that you can use interchangeably ciò, or more ciò che, and quello che. Quello che is more formal. Ciò che is more informal. Do not stress yourself with formal and informal. In this case, I just wanted to give you a way to differentiate them, but choose the one that you like and keep using it and just link it with the translation of what or that thing. Now, I'll give you some examples so that you understand this and it's more clear. Ciò che mi fa arrabbiare è che è sempre in ritardo. Now try to use the same sentence, we'll use it in the formal way, and you finish it off with something that makes sense for you. Quello che mi fa arrabbiare è che... Very curious to know what you're going to write in the comments. I'll give you some more sentences. Ciò che ti ho detto deve rimanere un segreto. Questo è ciò che succede se non mi ascolti. Questo è quello che succede se non mi ascolti. Ciò che voglio farti capire è che la grammatica italiana può essere difficile. Quello che voglio farti capire è che la grammatica italiana può essere divertente. Write a comment, write some examples, put them in the comments. I'm here to help you. I want you to succeed in your language journey, okay? So if you need anything or if you need more information on cioè, just write me a question or ask me anything in the comments below. This is it for today. Ciao a tutti!